Hello everyone, Sula here, and you're listening to another commentary video for League of Legends. This is a match taken from the recent World Cyber Games semifinals, so this is another game between two high-level semi-professional to professional teams, so this is going to be another high-level match for League of Legends. We have here, on the blue side, a team known as CDE, Cooldown Education, and they're playing against the purple team, which is known as OGB, or Oh God Bears, and I think that's a really clever name for a team. If you follow the competitive gaming scene for League of Legends, this team at the top, CDE, Cooldown Education, is going to look a little strange. It's a mixture of players who normally play with either Counter Logic Gaming or Team Solo Mid. So for example, St. Vicious, Chauster, and Kobe usually play for Counter Logic Gaming. X Special and Reginald usually play for Team Solo Mid. However, my understanding is that for the World Cyber Games, that everyone has to compete on a country-by-country basis. And so since both Counter Logic and Solo Mid have a mixture of American and Canadian players, they had to form this group, which is made up just of American players. So you have a mixture of people from both Counter Logic and Team Solo Mid. So here you go. You can see St. Vicious is going to be playing Singed, and the replay is from his point of view. St. Vicious, who normally plays for Counter Logic. We also have X Special playing Soraka, Chauster playing Ashe, Reginald playing Zillion, and Kobe playing Amumu. They're matched up against the team for Oh God Bears, who has Janna, or Lightning playing Janna, Peter File playing Caitlyn, Aesir or Aesir, I'm sorry, I don't know exactly how to pronounce that. I think Aesir playing Xinjiao, Ghetto Fabulous playing Malzahar, and Fairy Cecil playing Karthus. So there's the lineup. You can see the initial starting items because both sides have used their clairvoyance to scout one another. We've got everybody except Xinjiao starting items, and we're going to see what hopefully will be a pretty good match here between these two teams. As far as the setting for this, as I mentioned, this is sort of a qualifying for WCG, World Cyber Games. The winners of these games, this is sort of the qualifying on a country-by-country basis. These teams are competing to see who's going to represent USA in the actual World Cyber Games tournament, which happens later on. So this is sort of a preliminary for that. The actual WCG won't be for a couple more months, but this is sort of, as I said, one of the events that's getting ready for it. Anyway, my guess is that CDE don't think that they have the stronger level 1 fight because they've been hanging out around their towers. It looks like they don't want to pick an engagement here early. I guess that they feel that the other team is stronger in a level 1 fight. So they're just hanging out by their tower right now. It doesn't look like they're going to try to engage with the other team. So as far as the lanes are going to go here, by having Soraka here, I'm pretty sure that X Special is going to pair up with Chauster's Ashe, and the two of them will be in the bottom lane. It looks like St. Vicious is going to solo in top. You can see he's running there right now. Reginald is going to solo mid, which is pretty funny since he's normally on Team Solo Mid. Reginald's going to solo mid with Zillion. You can see that the Ignite Flash, instead of not having Clairvoyance, that means that he's going to be playing an attack, an AP Zillion. He's not going to be playing a support Zillion or something like that. Anyway, X Special right now is helping Kobe get started in the jungle. Looks like that's what he's doing. Soraka really doesn't need much gold or experience. Note the ward, already picked up a ward. Meanwhile, it looks like for Oh God Bears, it looks like Fairy Cecil is going to be up top here with Karthus. Interesting starting items on Karthus. He's got the Rejuve beads. He doesn't really have a starting item per se, but he does have a lot of health and mana regen with the triple health pots, the triple mana pots. So you're going to have Singed against Karthus up there in the top lane. Here in mid, looks like we're going to have Ghetto Fabulous's Malzahar. So we've got the two ability power AP carries in the middle lane. Down in bottom lane, you can see Caitlyn is there, and it looks like Lightning's Janna will, I have to imagine, will be paired up with Peter File's Caitlyn. So you would expect that the two ranged carries will both be getting babysit in the bottom lane. That's sort of the European, more common on the European servers, but it looks like both teams are going to do that in this game as well. And if anyone's going to roam around a bit, you can see X Special's roaming around a little bit, was helping Kobe get started, was helping him get started in the jungle. Quite possibly Lightning's Janna is doing the same thing. We might see Janna roam around a little bit in this game as well. So a little bit interesting matchups here. The Oh God Bears has sort of two ability power casters. They have both Karthus and Malzahar, a little bit unorthodox there. They don't really have a true tank on their team. That was what I'd say the biggest weakness of Oh God Bears is. They have Xinjiao, who does a lot of melee damage per second, but they don't really have a tank on their team. So they're going to be very reliant on Janna pushing people out of the way, that sort of thing. Oh, there's First Blood mid. Unfortunately missed that. Kobe coming mid, helping to get the gank. Getting Reginald First Blood there on the Malzahar player. Unfortunately missed that one, guys. Should have been paying closer attention to the mid. Should have been paying closer attention to that minimap. But Kobe doing a good job coming in, helping Reginald get the kill. You can see there's the assist, there's the kill. All to a good start. Up here, St. Vicious using his poison in order to farm up these minions. I haven't done a Singed video yet on my channel. I'll probably try to do that sometime later. Since this is a professional 5-on-5 game. Not going to talk too much about build, just going to try to concentrate on the action so I don't miss more kills like what you saw there a minute ago. You can see he's put 2 points in Poison Trail, 1 point in his Sticky Goo, the Mega Adhesive, 1 point in Fling. Put the point in Fling first. You can see right now just using Poison to farm up as many minions as possible. Doing a pretty good job with this Karthus player. You can see Karthus doesn't want to get thrown here, doesn't want to run through the Poison Trail, just sort of juking back and forth. There's the Goo. Let's see, gonna pick up and toss that Karthus, I'd imagine. Yep, there it is. So doing a lot of damage. Fairy Cecil in a little bit of trouble here. They're gonna force that flash. Can't tower dive, but Fairy Cecil did take quite a bit of damage there. So St. Vicious definitely coming out ahead on that particular round of harass. So now Fairy Cecil, this is why he's brought the health and mana pots. He's gonna drink those, and that'll help him stay in the lane. See, there's the health pot, there's the mana pot. Gonna help him stay in this lane. Elsewhere, you can see already thrown down a warded dragon. Very, very common in the 5v5 pre-made games. The dragon's gonna be warded pretty much at all times. You want to make sure nobody tries to sneak an early dragon. Here in mid, Reginald should have a bit of an advantage because of that early gank and kill. Let's see, he should be a little bit ahead. Let's see, 20 to 22. Okay, so they're even aside from that kill thus far. Down in bottom lane, just farming fest here between the two sides. You can see Peterfile and Chauster going back and forth. Is Peterfile actually that low? Probably not. Again, replay client, a little tough to know. Meanwhile, up top, Xinjiao coming out, getting a gank on St. Vicious in top lane, combining for the kill. St. Vicious was pushed up pretty far, and Asir comes out of the jungle and scores a kill up there. So 1 for 1 so far, each kill coming when junglers coming out and helping to turn 1v1 lanes into 2v1 lanes. So there we go. Anyway, not too much to report yet so far, just the 2 jungle ganks so far. That'll send St. Vicious back a little bit, but he was able to pick up a Ruby Crystal to go along with this build there. Looks like Kobe's going to come up here from the jungle and cover this tower. Just make sure that experience in gold isn't going to waste there. Going to make sure that he can pick that up. Anyway, right now the teams are mostly concentrating on farming, so you can see right now, Reginald going in here with Ghetto Fabulous. Let's see, looks like an engage, and Ghetto Fabulous going to win. Is Reginald going to finish him off there? No, looks like his Ignite is not going to finish him off, so straight kill in middle lane for Ghetto Fabulous, and Oh God Bear is now up 2 kills to 1, so very nice 1v1 play coming in there. Malzahar is very strong 1v1. And so Reginald was not 6 yet, couldn't use his ultimate to try to save himself. Anyway, Kobe coming in here. There's the stun, there's the fling. Let's see, are they going to be able to get this Karthus? Remember, Fairy Cecil used up his flash on the earlier, so didn't have it up, and indeed, that's why he's not able to get out of that. So you can see Fairy Cecil not even playing particularly aggressively, but a nice job by Kobe to come up here, sneak around. Looks like this wasn't warded for Oh God Bears. Again, don't know since we don't have the true observer mode, but looks like it wasn't warded. Jungler coming up, able to hit on the bandage toss, and then able to combine on a kill. So that'll help St. Vicious sort of get back into this lane. And oops, Fairy Cecil right back in the lane again, using his teleport to get right back there. Anyway, so he clearly didn't want to miss out on the golden experience from that minion wave. That's why he decided to use his teleport. This is something that's pretty common on the European servers, not as common in America. That is taking an ability power carry, an AP carry, putting them in top lane, giving them teleport, and then if there's a team fight at Dragon or somewhere else, then they burn their teleport and get down into the fight instantly. So that's sort of the logic there. That's why he has the teleport, so he can immediately jump into any team fights. And of course, as Karthus, his ult will always allow him to influence fights anywhere on the map. Anyway, St. Vicious coming right back in here again, getting off the toss, doing a lot of damage with his poison. Wow, but ACR is camping out in the jungle here. This is trouble. St. Vicious gonna pop his ultimate, gonna use that Insanity Potion, so it's gonna reduce the crowd control effects on him. Is he gonna be able to get out of this? Looks like he's now gonna try to kill Fairy Cecil. Oh, leveling it up with the Catalyst in the middle of the fight. Perfect timing on his Catalyst. Is he gonna survive this? Yes! Making it out of that fight, surviving the Karthus ult with 30 HP. So just a perfect time for that Catalyst leveling up, giving him 300 extra health right in the middle of that fight. Just perfect timing there for him. Could not have gone better. So not only does St. Vicious manage to avoid getting killed there, but he actually manages to kill Fairy Cecil's Karthus. So a huge reversal in top lane, and that is going to help out CDE, Cooldown Education, quite a bit. That is a very big play early in this game, turning what looked like a sure kill and maybe loss of this tower up in top into a kill for the other team. So a bit of an unfortunate setback for Oh God Bears. That was definitely not what they were expecting, and you even saw the little typing in chat to all that wasn't something they were expecting to see there. So as I said, aside from those ganks, not too much going on aside from the ganks, just farming back and forth. Troster and Peter File pretty much matching each other, minion kill for minion kill down here in bottom lane, each making sure to get all the farm. Their respective babysitters, Soraka and Janna. You can see Soraka 2 minion kills, Janna 8, obviously not trying to get much farm. St. Vicious going right back in against Fairy Cecil very aggressively in top lane. You can see getting in more good harass there, and this is one of the big weaknesses of Karthus as a champion. If you can get right up next to him where he can't use this wall of pain to slow you and protect himself, he's very vulnerable if you can manage to close that distance and get right up next to him. So for St. Vicious, he just keeps laying down his poison, walking up right up next to Fairy Cecil's Karthus and putting him in a difficult position, because of course Fairy Cecil doesn't want to run his Defile when he's just laning back and forth. They'll just run out of mana very quickly. Anyway, Ghetto Fabulous looked like he was coming down here, looked like he was trying to go for bottom lane, but of course CDE does have a ward at Dragon, so they'll be able to see that, and looks like he's probably just going to head back to the lane right now. You can see the ping coming in from teammates, letting Reginald know in mid that Ghetto Fabulous is on his way back, and so he is just going to head back there, not going to get engaged in bottom lane. No one has gone for Dragon yet. You can see, looks like that ward just ran out, so you'd expect someone on CDE to throw down a ward to replace it sometime soon. Either Kobe's Amumu or X-Special Soraka will probably go back and throw down another ward there pretty soon. So for the moment, we're just waiting for people to continue leveling up, trying to get more farm, trying to get more experience. Notice that St. Vicious is almost a full level ahead of Fairy Cecil right now. Right now, you can see he's about to hit 9. There it goes. Now he's up to level 9, whereas Fairy Cecil's still only level 8. And again, that's a result of not even so much getting the kill up there earlier, but just the fact that he's been able to get more farm. He's been able to get extra golden experience while Fairy Cecil was back at Fountain after getting killed. So one of the sort of a small step, but a sign that he's already starting to snowball ahead just a little bit. I mean, Karthus is, I think, out farming him a little bit. Yeah, so they're pretty even in farm, but St. Vicious is going to be ahead in terms of overall itemizing just because he's got the 2 kills and Fairy Cecil still doesn't have any. So far, St. Vicious doing a good job of shutting down their Karthus player in top lane. We'll see if he manages to keep that up, but so far he's doing a good job. I feel like Kobe's sort of lurking here, trying to get another gank here mid. You can see he's got the double buff here. It looks like he's going to go in on Malzahar. There's the Ignite. There's the Amumu ult. Going to freeze Malzahar in place. And Ghetto Fabulous is going to get killed there. So another nice gank from Kobe. He's done a very good job so far. You can see 102. He's been in on 3 of the 4 kills that they've had so far for CDE. Anyway, St. Vicious farmed up that minion wave. Going to come down here. Let's see. Going to use his ward right there. A good spot for a ward, especially because Aesir's Xinjiao has been so aggressive. He's gone up. He's already tried to gank top lane twice. So you can see St. Vicious wants a little warning on Aesir coming up out of the jungle, trying to come after him. This spot here, it doesn't catch people coming up from the river, but it does give you a little bit more warning on people coming out of their own jungle after you. So that's sort of the logic there. Let's see. X Special, did he pick up a ward? Has picked up 3 wards, doing a good job in his role as support for this team. So going to toss down one there, probably get another one. Yep, another one right there by Dragon. Maybe another one in this bush or this bush right here. We'll see. Or maybe he'll save that last one. Oh, here comes the Karthus ult. St. Vicious going in after Fairy Cecil again in top lane. Not able to get the kill, but he is going to force him back Now running into Aesir Xinjiao up here too. Here comes Ghetto Fabulous's Malzahar, going to use Malzahar ult and pull. Can St. Vicious manage to get out of this one? He does have the Malefic Visions on him. There's the Karthus wall for the slowdown. Kobe is coming up. Reginald not there. Reginald still making his way up. Is he going to make it out of here? There's an Ash Arrow coming up from bottom lane, hitting Fairy Cecil. Not going to score a kill, but still going to stun him. At that distance, it's probably going to be max stun duration. So St. Vicious somehow surviving that. Let's see, is Reginald going to try to flash this wall to chase? Yes, he is going to burn his flash to go over the wall, trying to head after Karthus. Let's see, there it is. There's Fairy Cecil's Karthus. Let's see, Reginald needs to get another speed up. He needs to get a time bomb. Let's see, can he manage to get in the bomb on Fairy Cecil? Fairy Cecil turning around to throw down a wall of pain. I'm not sure about that decision. There goes the bomb, and yes, Reginald is going to get the kill. Not sure why Fairy Cecil turned around there. I feel like if he had just kept running, he would have been able to make it out. Maybe he thought that he could kill Reginald at the tower. I'm guessing that was the logic, but in any case, they are going to score a kill there. Are going to score another kill on Fairy Cecil's Karthus, so he's been put way behind 0-3 now in this game. He's pretty far behind, and it looks like they might get this top tower. Oh, no, Aesir Xinjiao are going to come out to defend. Kobe Bandage tossing in. There's the double bomb. One on Aesir's head and the other on Kobe's head. There's the fling on Aesir. He's going to get slowed down. He's going to engage on St. Vicious. Oh, there's the chrono shift at the absolute perfect moment to save St. Vicious. Another Amumu ult from Kobe, and they're going to clean up that kill on Aesir Xinjiao. Perfectly done, and take top tower. So they're going to take 2 kills and a tower there for CDE. Very nicely done. Ghetto Fabulous not wasting this time. He is going to push middle lane, going to try to push over this mid tower. Since Reginald has been away from mid for so long, he should be able to push down this tower, but yeah, and there it goes. But still, nonetheless, they trade a tower for a tower, and CDE gets 2 kills in top, so they come out pretty far ahead in that particular exchange. So very nicely done. Absolute perfect timing on the Chrono Shift ult. This is why Zilean gets banned so often at this level of play. That Chrono Shift ult just does so much in order to change the battlefield. Anyway, Ghetto Fabulous Malzahar coming down here from mid, but of course they do have the ward coverage. Choster going to burn an Ash Arrow just to try to make sure that he gets out. Still in trouble here, though. There's the Karthus Wall of Pain. Oh, Fairy Cecil teleporting to a ward there. Going to ult on Choster, and Janna, Soraka can use her silence to break up the Malzahar ult and save Choster. That is just outstanding play there, as you'd expect at this level of play. As soon as that Malzahar ult came in, X Special with the silence to immediately stop it and allow Choster's Ash to get out of there. Anyway, though, so they do manage to save Choster's life, but he had to go back to heal, so it looks like Oh God Bears is going to take advantage of this to try to go do Dragon. Ghetto Fabulous taking a lot of damage, down to 27 HP. Does look like he's going to manage to get away from here, though. He's not going to get killed. And let's see, are they going to be able to take the Dragon here? It looks like Oh God Bears did take that Dragon, as best I can tell. Now it looks like CDE is going to go and engage here. You can see, unfortunately, can't see the health bars here. It's still not updating, but there is a team fight. Meanwhile, St. Vicious backdooring in top lane. There we go. Kobe going to get a kill on Aesir Shinjiao. So they are going to get 1 kill there, and St. Vicious is going to push all the way up the tower there. Looks like they're also going to try to steal the blue buff here from Oh God Bears. Reginald going way up here. I'm not sure what he's doing all the way up there. Looks like he probably saw another champ. Anyway, they're probably going to try to put this on Reginald. Yep, there it is. Going to take the blue buff. So a very nice job. Weren't able to get the Dragon, but they are able to push up a minion wave all the way to tower and top lane, steal the enemy team's blue. So that's a nice work there. They're probably going to get this bottom lane tower as well. Again, not sure how much health this tower actually has. It's a shame that we can't see that, but getting in a lot of poke here with Choster. And with this minion wave, I think that they're probably going to get this tower. Yep, there it goes. So they're going to score another tower. Reginald still pushing in mid. Fairy Cecil coming out to defend it here. So going to get in a little damage on that tower. St. Vicious still just prowling around top lane. Looks like St. Vicious's role as Singe is going to be mostly split pushing. Again, they've got a ward over here, so that's going to show him that Aesir Shinjiao is moving through the jungle, so he's going to back off, head to a little bit more safety. Going to pop the ultimate and go straight in here to engage on Ghetto Fabulous's Malzahar. Looks like he was trying to ult St. Vicious on his pool there, but looks like it got interrupted or didn't go off for some reason. Maybe he tried to use it just as he was getting flinged by Singe there. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but looks like Ghetto Fabulous was trying to use his ult there and just wasn't able to get it off. So anyway, still farming up in top lane. You can see, looks like he's going to get Rod of Ages, maybe? Ability power is pretty good on Singed if you can build him sort of mixture of tank and ability power. Ash Arrow coming in from Choster doesn't manage to hit Fairy Cecil. If it had hit on that long range arrow, might have been able to kill him, but it was from pretty far away. Anyway, you can see Ghetto Fabulous Aesir pushing in top lane. Instead, CDE is going to push here in mid, and they're going to score a kill on Fairy Cecil there. A little weird without the health bar, so they are going to score a kill mid. Meanwhile, Kobe coming up here to protect top. I think that he actually just used his ultimate. Yeah, he just used his ultimate there in order to save that top lane. I'm not sure if it was worth it. I guess it might have been. He did save the tower by using his ultimate there. So CDE is going to take that tower mid. They may even be able to take another one. Meanwhile, down here in bottom lane, Peterfly was able to push down that bottom lane tower. Now still chasing after Ghetto Fabulous. There's a flash followed by another flash. So Kobe Flash trying to hit on the bandage toss. Flash away from Ghetto Fabulous. So flash for a flash there. Good job by Ghetto Fabulous, who definitely would have been killed there with St. Vicious's, with the Amumu bandage toss stun, and then all of Singe's various stuff, his toss, his goo. I'm pretty sure they would have been able to finish him off there. Anyway, you can see between the clairvoyances and the wards, CDE has great vision in Oh God Bear's jungle right now. They really know where the enemy team is pretty much at all points in time. It's helping them a lot. They're already snowballing pretty far ahead. 8-2 is a pretty big lead in kills. You can see they have 3 towers down to Oh God Bears only having, they have 2 towers down, so Oh God Bears only down 1 tower. But the kill differential is significant. Oh God Bears did take the first dragon though, so that's helping them out a little bit. Kobe down here doing red, looks like he pinged it, so maybe he wants Choster to come up and try to take that. Not sure. I guess we'll see. St. Vicious just doing the same thing he's done all game, pushing top lane again and again. By doing this, he puts a lot of pressure on Oh God Bears. It means that they have to keep somebody up here in top lane pretty much all time in order to keep, because if they ever leave this lane unguarded, he's just going to push over this tower. So that's the idea. He keeps pushing the tower and then roaming free in their jungle, so putting a lot of pressure on them. Looks like he's going to try to farm up these Wraiths here. Nope, looks like Wraiths are down. But you can see, again, just putting a lot of pressure on No God Bears. Got the early tower down. Continues farming. You can see in terms of farm, 118. One of the higher in games, not the highest. You can see Choster. Peter File is highest in game. Choster next highest. Fairy Cecil, despite all they've done to Fairy Cecil, despite all his deaths, he has farmed pretty well. It is very difficult to shut down a Karthus' farm. Anyway, Aesir here taking, look how much damage he's taking just from poison and fling. There's the goo, still doing a lot of damage. St. Vicious has popped his ult here for the extra everything that Singed gets when he uses his ult. So yeah, doing a lot of damage, and of course by now St. Vicious is just starting to pull ahead in leveling. You can see level 13, that Xinjiao Aesir only level 11. Meanwhile over here they're trying to catch up Janao, just barely missing on that Ash Arrow from Choster. Lightning is going to pop his ultimate in order to blow people back, but now Choster's coming in, he's slowing with the Ash Arrows. Don't think that Lightning's going to be able to get out of there, and nope, indeed, not going to be able to get out. So that's going to be another kill for CDE, going to help them snowball for their head. Poor Lightning is just very underleveled now, only level 9, going up against level 12 Ash, level 13 Zilean. You can see, it's just, once that leveling advantage gets beyond 2 or 3, it's really tough. Anyway, St. Vicious going to toss Fairy Cecil. There's the goo again, dealing more damage. Going to use his Ghost here to try to go in on Fairy Cecil. Let's see if he's going to use the Ignite. Yeah, he's going to see if he can just kill Karthus here right underneath the tower, and yes, actually is going to take down Fairy Cecil. That poison just doing so much damage. You can see it's doing 93 damage per second, so just going to straight kill Fairy Cecil, who doesn't have any survivability items aside from Rod of Ages. So going to just straight get kill. Aesir coming up here trying to find St. Vicious, but again, the warding is so good, able to see exactly where the enemy team's jungler is. Ward there, ward at the red, just so much vision able to see. Meanwhile, the rest of the team is poking here in bottom lane, trying to get a little damage. Kobe pushing middle lane again. Looks like he's going to try to wipe out these creeps. Looks like he's just trying to do some farming. I don't think he's actually trying to push this tower, but just going to get a little bit extra farm. Now they're going to go for this blue buff again. If you remember, CDE already took the blue buff from Oh God Bears earlier, so looks like they're probably going to try to get it on Reginald here, I would say, and no, he didn't get it. It looks like somebody on Oh God Bears took the buff. Yes, Peter File, looks like he took it with that Caitlyn Peacemaker a second ago. So good job by Oh God Bears. There's the Ash Arrow. Oh, gonna force another flash from Ghetto Fabulous. So misses on the arrow, but forces another flash from Ghetto Fabulous. So nice job. Once again, St. Vicious is still pushing this top lane over and over again, still pushing that top. Now he's just running after Aesir with his poison on, just slowly poisoning him and doing damage. A farmed Singed, very dangerous. You can see he's got the Rod of Ages and the Giant's Belt so far. Just so strong up there in that top lane. I mean, again, you don't think of Singed as a traditional solo, but he's just really been tearing it up. Anyway, Singed is not here. X-Special Soraka not here. The other three trying to do Dragon. Yes, they are going to take this Dragon. Was maybe a little unsafe if the whole rest of Oh God Bears came to do it, but again, they had really good visibility. 2 more wards here in the bottom of the jungle, the wards up in the top part of the jungle, and St. Vicious just continuing to push, continuing to kill minions, continuing to push to this tower over and over and over again throughout the game. And a Singed with a cat, well, I guess he doesn't have Catalyst anymore because he has Rod of Ages, but he's pretty self-sustaining at this point. All he has to do is use his poison to keep pushing the lane, and that really doesn't use up that much mana, only 13 per second. So St. Vicious getting very farmed right now. You can see I think he's highest level in the game. Yeah, he's 15, and Reginald's next highest at 14. Everyone else is 2 levels lower than him, so just getting really strong. And I mean, you can see how easy this is. Just turn on your poison, let the poison do all the work for you, and yeah, there's a whole minion wave farm just like that. Pretty easy, guys. Pretty easy to farm with Singed, especially once you get this fed. Anyway, you can see more vision here in the enemy jungle. Once again, still pushing up there in top lane. Oh God Bears looks pretty spread out. CDE also pretty spread out. They're just grabbing buffs right now, getting the blue buff for Reginald. Did Choster get red? No, looks like their red buff's not up right now. So right now, really, they just need to group up and probably force a team fight at this point. St. Vicious, you can see enemy team going after him. 3 members of the enemy team going after him, but he has popped his ult, so he's got a ton of armor, magic resist, extra ability power. Oh, gonna just barely catch Ghetto Fabulous with the tail end of that Amumu ult, and double bomb plus Choster. Normal Ash Arrow is going to take him down, so they're going to score that kill pretty easily. Poor Ghetto Fabulous and Fairy Cecil are just having a miserable time of it in this game. They've been ganked over and over again by Kobe, and it looks like they're going to take advantage of this to just go and do Baron right now. You know, one thing that's going on, Peter File is trying to backdoor bottom lane, But that means that with him down in bottom lane, the rest of OGB Bears only has 3 champs, and they really can't contest this Baron there. Or it looks like they're going to anyway, so here comes Fairy Cecil, and he's just going to get absolutely blown up by the rest of the team. Now Aesir going in, doing a lot of damage to Xinjiao. It looks like he is going to, well, it looked like he was going to kill somebody, but then the Chrono Shift for ult from Zillion coming in, and then followed by the Soraka Wish ultimate with the global heal is just going to heal everybody right back up to full, so they're going to score 2 kills and Baron there. In addition to the kill they earlier got on Malzahar, so that's 3 kills now. Meanwhile, Peterfile is going to take this tower down here. I don't think he can get Inhibitor, though, before people go back to heal. So let's see. Is he gonna make a play for this Inhibitor? No, it doesn't look like he's gonna go for Inhib, but now they're going after him here. You can see there comes the Clairvoyance. Chauster coming down to cut him off here. So I don't think he's gonna make it out of here. No, not gonna make it out. Already getting kited by Ash Frost Arrow. So there they go. So overall, I'm not sure that was what OGB Bear should have done. I don't know if that was the right time to backdoor. Yes, they did get 2 towers, but in exchange they gave up 4 kills and a Baron. And no offense, but I think 4 kills and a Baron are worth more than 2 towers, even if one is a base tower. Now maybe if they had Twisted Fate and they could, you know, go after this Inhibitor all day, maybe then it would be worth it. But I mean, they don't have Twisted Fate, they don't have a Pantheon, they don't have anybody with a big time global ult. They do have a teleport, so technically, if they could throw down a ward over here or get minions over here, they could have Fairy Cecil's Karthus teleport there and try to push over that Inhibitor, but overall, I don't think that was worth it at all. OGB Bears actually tried something very similarly in the first game that these two teams played. This is the second game that they played in a best-of-3 series, and it didn't really work out in the first game either, to be perfectly honest. They tried it with Udyr in the first game, and it really didn't work, so I'm a little surprised that they're still trying that. In fact, in the other game, the same thing happened. Anyway, another nice Ash Arrow coming in from Chauster. Ghetto Fabulous has to burn his flash once again. It looks like he's going to escape, but he's going to be forced over there, so CDE looks like they're just going to push straight up the mid here, and they're going to do what people in an earlier game I just posted on Button Masher's channel yesterday didn't do, which is just tank the tower and push it over immediately, which is what you should do in a situation like this. So anyway, they're just going to go going to just have Singe tank that tower, goes down very quickly, and Ghetto Fabulous looks like he's going to split push top again. Again, don't think that's the best idea. I mean, sure, he can push over towers in top lane, but CDE is just going to push into the base and win the game right here. So, I mean, again, I don't know why OGB Bears is doing this. I mean, granted, they're really far behind. Maybe they're just hoping that CDE will make a mistake, but hello, Ghetto Fabulous, your team's going to lose the game while you're off your split pushing. So anyway, Saint Vicious popping his ult, going in, doing a lot of damage. There's a very nice Amumu ult, going to hit most of the team. Lightning doing a good job to counter with Janna ult. Are they going to be able to pick off Peterfall before he can get back to the fountain? Yes, just going to pick him off. Chauster using those Frost Arrows to slow. Now that they've scored those 2 kills, they are going to get this tower with no trouble. Anyway, over here, bottom lane, Ghetto Fabulous still split pushing, but his team is, you know, losing the game while he's split pushing. Saint Vicious is going to come back to make sure they don't get an inhib off that. Rest of the team for CDE is going to push over this inhib. So once again there, OGB Bears traded 2 tower. They got 1 tower over here in top lane, but they lost 2 towers and an inhib, so don't think that was the best trade there. Anyway, Kobe now tanking this tower in mid. They're going to get in some poke on this. Looks like they're going to get out of here. Make sure that they get out. Somebody is not too happy on the enemy team, so maybe there was some disagreement about what was going on there. So anyway, that push definitely in favor of CD. Oh, Xpecial going to get caught by Malzahar ult. He can't silence an ult that he's gotten trapped in, so going to try to heal himself, but not going to be enough. Xpecial is going to get completely blown up by OGB Bears, so they are going to pick up another kill. That's unfortunately, it's only their third kill of the game thus far, so pretty far behind, but in any case, they now have quite a mountain to try to climb up to get back into it. You know, they're still down that inhibitor. Saint Vicious continuing to push that top lane. Right now, looks like Peterfall is coming in to try to defend this. But look at this. Saint Vicious he's level 18. He's the highest level in the game. He's got Ryle Eyes on top of his Rod of Ages. He also has a Negatron Cloak to defend himself from the magic damage the enemy team's doing. Anyway, they just scored another kill on Ghetto Fabulous. Fairy Cecil and Ghetto Fabulous have been picked on over and over again in this game, just completely targeted by CDE. They've really focused on shutting down those 2 AP carries. Karthus Wall just missing on the slow there, not going to be able to slow Kobe. Anyway, it looks like Kobe and Reginald just kind of distracting right now. Meanwhile, Chauster is taking down this tower in top lane. Got the minions there to tank for him. He's doing a ton of damage right now. He's gotten the Infinity Edge and another BF sword on top of double Doran's blades. and Berserker Greaves shoes. So it looks like he's going to be able to take that down with no real problems. Can't really leave mid on the part of Oh God Bears, or Reginald and Kobe are going to start pushing over this tower. So meanwhile, Charleston sort of split pushing there. Looks like this will probably be their next target, I would think. If they just go together as 5, they should be strong enough at this point just to push it over, take that middle tower, and maybe just end the game there. So anyway, you can see getting a little poke there from Chauster. Oh, Saint Vicious is going to pop his ult, just going to charge right into the middle of the enemy team. He's so tanky, he's not even worried about this. So anyway, looks like they didn't go into a big time engage there. Decided not to go and engage. Oh, right there, Kobe going to go in, going to hit on the Amumu ult, going to stun most of the team. There's the Asher coming in from Chauster. Looks like they're going after Ghetto Fabulous again. St. Vicious is going to pick off Fairy Cecil. Ghetto Fabulous also on 1 hit. Can they finish him off? Nope, not going to get him, but they will take Peter File. And Karthus ult not strong enough to finish anyone off. And as someone who plays Karthus a lot, this is something that this is the situation you do not want to be in as Karthus. As Karthus, you're either strong enough to take people down with your ult and your Defile aura, or you're not strong enough to take people down. And right now, Fairy Cecil just too far behind the leveling curve, too far behind the item curve. He's not strong enough, doesn't have enough ability power to take people down with Karthus, Defile, and Karthus ult. And unfortunately, that means he's nearly useless in this game. He's built Double Rod of Ages to try to give himself a little bit more survivability because he's just getting picked off so easily. But you can see 1-8, he doesn't have that much ability power. He's just gotten trapped behind the curve, and at this point, there's really not that much he can really do. So that's 2 inhibitors down now. 2 inhibitors down now for Oh God Bears. Cooldown Education very, very far ahead in this game. They have to make some sort of monumental error to mess up from this point in time. Oh God Bears is essentially trapped inside their base right now. They can't really come out of their base because they are with the 2 inhibitors down. Both of their lane, both bottom and mid, are going to push. Even top lane is going to push a lot too, just because the minions are going to be a little bit stronger with those inhibs being down. So CDE has their choice. They can go for any of the buffs in the game. That's what they're going to do right now. You can see them grabbing blue up there for Reginald. You can see them taking red here for Chaucer. They're going to grab all the neutral buffs. They have the option, if they want to, of just waiting for Baron to respawn. I mean, that's a little bit passive, but they could do it if they wanted. Just wait for Baron to respawn, which would be in, maybe two minutes or so. And then they could just go for Baron and then try to push over that last tower and inhibitor after that point. So, but it's really up to them. I mean, at this point in time, they have to mess up in order to lose the game. There's really nothing Oh God Bears can do at this point. They need CDE to make a mistake on their end of things in order for them to win the game. And at this level of play, you don't really expect the other team to make big mistakes, so they just have to wait and hope that happens. Anyway, there it is. Baron is respawned. Looks like it came up a little bit faster than I expected. It looks like CDE is just going to go for Baron. It looks like they're going to do that. It is the safer play in this situation. The only one who's 18 on their team is Saint Vicious. Everyone else is still below 18, so that experience will help them out a lot. If they can get Reginald and Chaucer up to 18, that would be nice. That would help them out. Oh God Bears really can't come out and challenge this. If they leave their base, the minions are just going to start pushing over the Nexus turret, so they really can't leave their base. CDE is going to take this. It should be uncontested, and I can't imagine anything interrupting it. So yep, there it goes. Going to take that Baron. That inhib over here is going to respawn, so I'd imagine they'll just go straight for that inhib, take it down once again. There's no tower there to defend it, and they'll be able to force Oh God Bears into fighting them. And that's not a fight that Oh God Bears can really win. The leveling advantage is just too high. 18-18, 17-17, and look at the levels on this team. Just so much lower for Oh God Bears. It's just been too much global experience on the side of Team CDE right now. Anyway, as I said, they're going to go for this inhibitor. Going to have to go in and engage at some point. They can't let this inhib fall again. Even though they really can't win this fight, they're going to have to try to engage. So, nope, not going to be able to save that inhib. Saint Vicious going in first again. You can see he's popped his ult. Here comes the general engage. Nice Janna ult, actually, pushing people back. Good. There's the Asher from Chauster. There's the Mumu ult from Kobe, and that's just going to take down most of the team right there. So there goes Aesir and Ghetto Fabulous, and Fairy Cecil dead as well. He just in the Karthus Death defiled. So that's 3 members of the team down. This is the end of the game. Nothing that Oh God Bears can do to stop them at this point. Just way too far behind. So from what was a closer game earlier, just snowballed out of hand. And CDE is going to take this game here, and since they won the first game, they are going to take the match overall 2-0. So well played by Team Cooldown Education. Not the closest game, but just very, very nicely played on their part. They got ahead early, and then they continued to hold that lead, and it just snowballed from there into a larger and larger edge. Okay, let's take a look at the stats and wrap this up. Here are the final numbers for the game. This one really went overall just about as well as CDE possibly could have hoped. You can see that their two solos, Chaucer's Ash and St. Vicious' Singed, both ended up with really nice looking stats. You can see 804 for Chaucer, 618 for St. Vicious, both with a lot of farm, well over 200 minion kills, approaching 250 on both of them. As opposed to the two solos for Oh God Bears, you can see Ghetto Fabulous' Malzahar 151, Fairy Cecil's Karthus 191. I mean, we can talk a lot about how things go in League of Legends, but sometimes it's just as simple as this. If your solo lanes beat the other team's solo lanes, then you're probably going to win. Also, I guess I should also mention in mid, you can see Reginald didn't get as many kills, but 3-1-14 with Cillian. And let's see, who else? Oh, Caitlyn, Peter Files Caitlyn was the other solo, 03. And although he did have a lot of farm, I mean, you can see Infinity Edge Bloodthirster, he just wasn't able to get enough kills. Anyway, Kobe's jungling definitely outplayed Asir Xinjiao jungling. I mean, you can see 5-0-11. That's a tremendous Amumu game. The Amumu ult really wrecked Oh God Bears. Kobe was able to get off an Amumu ult in pretty much every single team fight, get off that full stun duration. They were usually able to pair that into an Ash arrow from Chaucer. And Reginald was able to save people with Chrono Shift. So really, I mean, the game just went as well as they could possibly hope. As far as Oh God Bears, they just fell behind early on. They tried to get off some ganks, and they did get off the one successful one on St. Vicious, and they did get off the one successful one on St. Vicious in top lane. They weren't able to successfully gank Reginald in mid. I don't remember if I saw them trying it or not, but Reginald was able to, well, did get killed at one point one-on-one with Ghetto Fabulous. But the key moment in the game, I thought, was when they went for the gank in top lane, when Aesir Xinjiao and Fairy Cecil's Karthus went after St. Vicious' Singed, and they weren't able to get that kill. St. Vicious getting the Catalyst level up right in the middle of the fight. It was just perfectly timed for him. It swung that fight. And I mean, maybe that didn't decide the game, but it sure made things a lot different in top lane. St. Vicious was way ahead of Fairy Cecil's Karthus after that point, whereas he probably would have been behind him. And who knows, things might have gone a little bit differently there. So in any case, CDE was able to take this match. I'm not sure if that puts them into the final or not, but it does mean that they move on to the next round. So in any case, another game here for you guys. I hope you enjoy some of the professional 5v5 stuff. In case you were wondering, these games are not always super close either. You can see sometimes they are snowball games like this one, but I thought that this was an interesting game, sort of a mixture of different styles, teams trying to do different things. So I wanted to throw it up here and put it up here for you guys to take a look at. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I'll do more videos soon enough. And until then, take care, guys.